Ruby strike the power tier list, power scaler, let's go, and two people who have seen the show. Let the
We've
debating
seen,
start.
yeah, we've seen the show. Don't take anything we say as logical in any nature.
Yeah.
Really
Volume 1 Ruby.
I mean,
student tier.
I
Yeah,
feel, yeah.
probably student.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then Weiss. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be frank. I think Weiss is actually stronger than Ruby in Volume 1.
Volume 1
Yeah.
probably.
Then there's Blake. I think.
Which, I mean,
I feel like Blake is weaker.
probably.
I don't know. And then
And then there's
Yang.
Yang.
And then
Probably.
I'd probably put above Ruby.
I feel like narratively, Yang is supposed to be higher than Ruby, right?
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
that makes
it
sense.
would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then Volume 2 is just literally,
The same.
yeah. Unless, well, to be fair, we don't really know how much.
Hell, we don't know if she got stronger or not.
We don't know how much they got stronger by,
But,
I mean,
like, it's definitely
but
not too
yeah.
much.
We do know, however, that Yang with her semblance is stated to be the strongest in Volume 3. And
So-
then, but in Volume
Yeah.
2 specifically, Ruby says that's what makes Yang special, and she's referring to her semblance.
Yup.
So I think
Yeah.
Yang with her semblance is the strongest student, and then, yeah.
Yeah, I think so as well.
You could probably argue like Yang like under, like the whole, but whatever. Anyway, Volume 3 is where we once again, I think, since they're all probably at the Vital Festival.
Would be Vital Festival tier because it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Are you trying to? I was about to say, are you trying to
Yeah.
look for other characters?
Yang is the strongest out of those, with second place being Ruby. And
Weiss is in the middle.
Weiss Priest Summoning is probably weaker, but that is probably stronger,
Yeah.
to be honest. Because
Yeah.
Weiss's summon was able to one-shot a whatchamacallit,
Was it?
the robot, you guys know what I'm referring to, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Adlesian Knight, right?
Yes.
I think. Yes.
I think that's what it's called.
I think so.
Which, and keep in mind, that was a fully weaponized version, whereas beforehand, Yang in Volume, all four of them needed to team up on that robot to beat it in Volume 2, then Volume 3, Weiss alone with one of her summonings one-shot it, which basically means she could kill her entire team from Volume 2. But yay,
At
power
that
creep.
point.
Also, we may have forgot something.
What do you mean?
We
I
forgot
think we
John.
and all of Team Juniper.
Yes. John, don't need to state why. You guys know why.
Yeah.
Ren Volume 1, probably stronger than Blake.
I'd put
Nora
him higher than
Volume-
Ruby.
You put her higher than
Yeah.
Ruby, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I put him
Yeah,
higher
even
than
the
Ruby.
King Taijutsu thing.
Oh, yes, the King Taijutsu.
Yeah.
And actually, he killed that on his own, which, like, no other student was able to kill, like, a large Grim.
Everyone else had to work together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just think that narratively, Yang should probably be, like, the second strongest student. Right
Yeah.
behind, as you can probably guess, Pyrrha. And I'm gonna be frank,
Yeah.
I feel like even Volume 1 Pyrrha is still probably...
Because, I mean, she was already said to be known for
World-class
fighting
fighter.
and a world-class fighter.
Yeah,
So, yeah, she'd
like-
be Vital Festival tier.
Unironically,
Yeah.
we might, like, sneak her up here. Like, being...
Yeah.
Like... Do you think... I feel like even in Volume 3, if, like, Ruby or Yang or any of them tried to fight Pyrrha,
They would lose.
yeah.
It's not even because Pierre's stronger than them. It could honestly just because Pierre is a better strategist.
And better semblance by a mile.
And that.
Yeah.
I think Ruby would be the only one chance. But that's just because.
Speed.
That's just because Ruby's
Smash up.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think Nora is implied to be weaker than Ren, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like
I would probably put her below Weiss.
I can see it.
for
Yeah.
Volume 1.
Yeah. Plus, I don't. Nora doesn't really have any feats, so. And then we
Yeah.
get into Volume 2.
Yep. Which is
Volume 2, John.
Is he just sleeping?
Yes.
I mean, it could. I mean, both Nora and
Hmm.
Ren's Volume 2 ones are them in the food fight.
Wait, isn't this the Cardin thing?
No,
no,
Cardin
Cardin's
was in
Volume
Volume
1.
1.
Okay.
Season 2, Cardin was able to defeat, or Season 2, John was able to defeat that Mega Boss Ursa, which I feel like most of the other students could have done.
But he
But-
did it
Yeah.
solo?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he definitely went up a tier. Actually, even most huntsmen struggle with stuff like that, but I don't know. Like,
I don't see scaling John above any of the other
yeah.
students, though.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
see that
Out of
happening.
these 8.
And then Nora from Volume 2 was able to beat Yang in the food fight from Volume 2. I feel like that, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fairly
but
direct.
loses to Yang with her semblance actor, which makes sense.
Yeah. And then probably I think Ren lost to Yang.
I'm pretty sure.
And then Pyrrha just gets stronger every time. So like, but do you think it's enough to like bump her up a tier?
I don't know though.
I put her at top of Vital Festival tier for now.
Okay.
Yeah, for now.
You can always move it.
Because
But-
here's the thing, like, unironically, Pyrrha's like, you know, we'll get into that later because we'll have some things
Yeah.
I'll have some things to say.
Yeah.
Who else are we missing? Or are we getting into
We're
Volume
missing-
3 now?
We're getting into Volume 3 now.
Yeah. So
Yeah, because we have Kira, we have Nora, we have Ren, we have John.
okay, so Volume 3, John, it's stated that he's
Still
improved a
doesn't-
lot,
yeah.
and he's at least competing with Vital Festival
He's at
opponents.
least in the Vital Festival.
He's at least competing, but I don't think he'd win against anyone. You
Oh,
know?
no, Matt.
Yeah, I think he's still in student tier, just higher up.
I feel
He's
like
just higher than himself in student tier.
Pretty
I
much.
I feel like he could, but he fought against he fought against stronger students in the Vital Festival, and at least kind of kept pace with all of them. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
like he can keep up, but like
He
there are
wouldn't
people
stand
who
a
can keep
chance
up
in an
and
actual fight.
still
Pe-
lose every time.
Yeah. But I think he's still beating Volume 2, Blake. Fight me. I don't care. I'm
I'm
not backing down on this.
Yeah, I don't have an argument for this.
There is no arguing
I
this.
don't
This is
remember the
super
thing well
abstract.
enough, so.
Volume 3, Nora is her
Yeah.
own kind of monster.
Yeah,
if-
if Three Door is kind of a monster.
We also
especially
got-
if she's amped.
If she's amped, everyone is screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you amp Nora. It's like throwing a nuclear bomb at people. Just
Uh,
on their
yeah.
who
doorstep.
else? Ren Volume 3, probably stronger than...
I wouldn't say stronger than Nora at all, because I mean,
Yeah,
it's Nora.
I think he could probably take White. He's actually no.
He
Ren
probably-
had a very poor performance in the Vital Festival. I feel.
Yeah,
Plus, what
yeah.
we don't know how well he's taking training. Who is next?
Pura.
Just Pyrrha. All right.
You're in
Yeah, just
Volume
Pura.
3, I'd put her in Hunter.
Nah. Okay.
Well,
Listen to me right now. You guys remember Cinder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cinder.
Cinder would technically be maiden tier if she was here.
Yeah.
Yes, at that point, yeah.
And like, here's the thing, right? So like, we know that Cinder at least took a significant amount of effort to fight Pyrrha.
Pyrrha.
That's why I'm like,
Cinder actually struggled against Pyrrha.
yeah. Like,
Yeah, but Cinder probably would have struggled against any of like the actual hunters that were.
well, yeah, she would have struggled against Crow, Glinda, like Ozpin. But here's the thing. That's Crow, Glinda, and Ozpin.
To be fair,
Yeah,
Crow
like-
probably would have kicked Cinder's butt.
Like, those are
hard.
some of the strongest huntsmen on the planet. And
Yeah, but
Pyrrha
even-
is a child,
I mean,
you know?
yeah,
Pyrrha is a child.
Like, to be honest, I kind of want to bump her up to... Actually, do you guys think current Cinder could take Tyrion in a fight? I feel like she
probably.
could. It's just, I don't...
Probably, although she'd probably fall into the crutch of her maiden powers.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, next is volume...
Because, yeah, Tyrion's definitely faster than Cinder.
Bite me.
But
Bite
I'm
me.
not going to.
I
2 tiers
Yeah.
below Cinder, where... Because Cinder would literally be a maiden, right?
yeah.
So 2 tiers below where Cinder would be. I feel like that's a fair
That
assumption.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And
Pyrrha
then-
would be
Realistically,
maiden if she actually
Realistically,
became a
at
maiden.
that point, although realistically at that point, Cinder was probably only headmaster tier, but would have been like scaled to the top of it.
Probably.
Because yes, she beat Oz, but she literally just got the powers, so she doesn't really.
She isn't experienced in it, yeah.
Yeah.
But then Pyrrha's like the bottom of Salem's council. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
Pyrrha Volume 3 could probably like at least survive against Tyrion.
Yeah.
Which is probably also... That's also why I put... Like, to be honest, I kind of want to put Pyrrha Volume 1 and Pyrrha Volume 2 in Aesop tier. Now, you may be wondering why I'm saying that, because that's a weird-ass statement.
Yeah,
But-
it's kind of weird.
It's an insane statement.
But she's known as a world-class fighter, which is the exact same title the Aesops hold. You get
Okay,
it?
You know, fair enough.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Like, I feel...
But is she a world class fighter, full stop, or a world class?
student
Kid.
fighter. See, that's what
Student fighter.
that's what I don't know. They only ever say world-class fighter, but I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure she's only taken part in like tournaments for children, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably just keep her 100 here then.
But I still
Yeah.
feel like she's like...
I wouldn't put her anywhere above that.
Yeah. But she does notably get stronger because she does train every night. We know that much. So she does
Yeah.
jump in power. Next is Volume 4, which, Volume...
Which is, I think, only Ruby is kind for
Only-
Volume 4.
Yeah.
Because everyone else is Volume 4 plus.
Ruby's an official hunter?
Yeah.
Not an official hunt, but like they're considered the same level as normal huntsmen.
Ruby proceeds to do
Yeah.
better than she could with her own team.
Yeah, and then there's Weiss. See, the problem is this is like...
Isn't that the volume where Weiss gets
Weiss
her
was not
like,
there.
big summon?
Yeah, Weiss was training.
Yeah, Weiss was also literally not there for like 99% of the
Yeah.
volume. So
Yeah.
I'd argue
No,
Weiss
it's just hold on,
was
man.
there more
Not-
often than Yang was.
Yeah. I-
John has a only volume 4.
Oh, he does? Okay.
Yeah.
John at Volume 4. He is considered he's considered around the level of a huntsman, but not...
But I wouldn't say he's a hunter.
But-
But maybe top of vital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
'Cause
he's beating anyone in the vital fight.
He harmed the Knuckleavi, which is it's considered like a super strong, dangerous grim that like you need a top tier huntsman to defeat. And
And
like
he proceeds to.
he harmed it. He
Yeah.
would have... We all know he would have gotten smacked by it if it was a one-on-one fight. But... That's something,
Yeah.
you know?
Just the
Yeah.
fact that he harmed it is enough.
Yeah. Does anyone else have a normal volume 4?
No.
No.
No, so the
not-
rest are volumes
4
Uh,
and 5.
Or
Yeah,
5, or like
4,
4
5, and 6. Yeah, stuff like that.
or like yeah.
All right. So next is Weiss in volume 4 and 5.
Yeah, she
And-
got her big night, right?
Yeah, she's stronger than
Probably-
herself, but I don't think she'd be stronger than Ruby, just because
But
Ruby
maybe-
has been actually doing
but,
stuff.
Like, volume 1 pure
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. Although, bro, Weiss has a horrible matchup against Pyrrha. I brought this up so many times. Like, Pyrrha can just like collapse her dust chamber,
And
'Cause
then
it's
what
all
the
metal.
Weiss-
and it
what's
turns
Weiss
in
gonna do about it?
White. Because then at that point, Weiss is literally holding a bomb. Like, think about that.
Yeah.
will off any second. Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, we have Weiss with John's amp, who is probably the second strongest at Beacon. We'll get into the or
Yeah.
not the strongest at Beacon. Haven. We'll
Oh,
get
okay.
into the strongest at Haven. Don't you worry, my friend.
I don't even know where you're gonna go with this.
Oh, you know where I'm gonna go with it. Don't
I
you
do
worry.
not.
Don't
I
you worry,
really do
sunshine.
not.
Don't you worry, sunshine.
What the hell?
Alright.
Blake.
Yeah.
Probably next.
Blake is 100% the weakest of her team. She did the least amount of training, least amount of fights, did worse against Adam than Yang.
Lived in luxury and menagerie for a little bit.
Well, we know for a fact they did not, like, she was relaxing while Ruby was, like,
Yeah.
and we know that
She also had the Leviathan fight with.
she did.
But that was literally like her only major fight that volume.
Yeah, and then her
In-
other
in
one was,
five.
like, Ilya, right? Like,
But
Yeah.
that
You know?
wasn't really a fight because Ilya was just constantly running away.
I mean, in
it-
the actual like.
Yeah, it was its
They
own-
could actually like fight.
Yeah.
it was its
1v1.
own thing. Next is probably Yang, who I would say is still probably weaker.
Probably not stronger than Ruby, but definitely stronger than
Yeah.
the rest of the team.
Yeah, and then Weiss in
Yeah.
Volume 6 is probably...
What about the others from volume?
I know,
4
I
and
know. I'm
beyond?
just trying to get all
Fair
of it.
enough. Yeah.
Are we missing any... Yang with Semblance in Volume 6. 4 through 6 is probably
Yeah.
Yeah.
the strongest out of the group again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird because, like, she's stated to be the strongest, but then she doesn't train as much, and there's no real... She fought against Adam.
It did
Yeah.
better than Blake, but is that really that
Yeah,
much?
It's
so-
say with,
is that
in terms of
really
like raw, just straight up physical strength. Yeah, no question.
But it's like, can she,
But-
like, oh, wow, her hits do more damage than, let's say, Ruby, but how many times is she going to tag Ruby compared to how many times is Ruby going to tag her, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Ruby
And-
definitely has her entire team beat via speed.
Yeah,
Because we know Weiss
Yeah.
does not know how to use time dilation anymore. We
Yeah.
know that for a fact.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Ruby is the fastest of her team.
Then,
And yeah.
next is Nora, volumes 4 through 6. And I think she is stronger than Yang again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's fair. Then there's Ren, who is probably stronger again just because he was like, they were actually doing stuff.
Yeah,
You know?
stronger
Yeah.
than Yang, probably weaker than Nora.
And then John probably finally actually seems kind of relative in
It's
this,
also when he unlocked his semblance as well.
which he can use to boost his stats.
Yeah.
So I think it's finally fair.
to
he's-
put him in 100 tier.
He's finally on there. He's at the
He's
bottom.
finally evolved.
He's at the bottom of the tier, but he's finally in the same tier as his companions.
And
And Vol-
the rest of his team.
Yeah.
And Volume 1 Pyrrha.
Yeah.
Also, do we just put Volume 5 Nora?
With lightning. What do we do with that?
Bite me.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
Dude,
I'm not gonna fight you. That
dude.
makes sense.
She literally grabbed Hazel, who's like one of the strongest characters in the verse. And
Hazel also like 7 feet tall or something.
Yeah, she grabbed him and she like threw
Did
him.
like he was nothing.
Yeah, like she overpowered Hazel. That's a big ass feat.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
a feat of a feat, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Insane.
Next we get into volumes 7/8.
Yes.
So 7 we
I think
know.
Ruby's the only one separated by volume.
Okay.
Yeah, which doesn't really make sense.
We know that Ruby, they all get stronger, but they are weaker than the Aesops at the beginning of volume 7. But
Yeah.
eventually they surpass.
But then they beat
Said.
them by the end of
Or
volume
at least
7.
catch.
Yeah.
They at least catch up to them.
Yeah. Do I
So
do
I'd
Blake
say-
dirty like this?
You could.
I could.
You could
Ruby above
really.
White. 'Cause
Yeah,
No,
I
because
think-
Ruby.
did White really?
No,
Ruby
I'm saying
vol-
that Ruby Volume 8.
Oh
is
yeah, at
above-
the beginning of volume 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And then Yang is probably once again second strongest on her team behind Ruby. And then Yang with her semblance. I gotta be honest, her
Probably
semblance in
weaker than
Volume
Ruby.
8 doesn't seem like actually that much of a gap anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's doing as much for her as you think it would.
Yeah. So,
yeah, but also,
yeah.
when did she ever get the chance to really use it? Like
That's-
in that.
Oh,
Those
she
volumes.
doesn't. She just gets. She doesn't. If she ever got the chance to use it, she'd probably just get one shot instead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the thing is, she just stopped using it. Really? So it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
we don't. It's that one seems hard.
But then she also doesn't use in Volume 9 either.
Yeah. Wait, who? Who are, I'm
Yang
sorry.
doesn't use her semblance in Volume 9 either.
She
Yeah,
uses
I
it a
always
little
thought-
bit. A little bit.
Yeah,
And it-
but not enough
doesn't
to like
feel
accurately.
does
Yeah, it
nearly
doesn't-
as much as it should.
It doesn't do anything really.
Yeah,
So
but
does that
like,
mean her
the-
semblance is get? does that mean that
And no,
Ruby's just
hold
getting
up.
so
Let's
much stronger?
rank all of this first, and then
And then yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
next is John.
Volume 7, 8.
I feel like he jumps again, because this
Yeah.
time he actually has a little bit of scaling to Cinder, which is nuts.
Yeah.
I still probably wouldn't put him Aesop tier though.
Really? I feel like
I'd say like top of Hunter tier definitely.
yeah, it's a debate on. Okay, do
Whether
you
he
think
be bottom of Aesop or bottom?
like
of-
let's say
Or-
my
Yeah.
my baseline of the Aesops is Harriet. Do you think he could fight Harriet to a high difficulty match?
I'd say that's a horrible matchup.
Oh yeah, that's a horrible matchup.
That matchup is horrendous
But like
because Harriet just blitzes him. There's
that's
nothing you
true.
can do about that.
But she also she
So
cannot.
that's specific speed semblance.
Yeah, but like
so, like I'd talk about one of the other ones instead.
Although I think
I
he
don't
just
know.
I mean,
loses to all of them,
he
except for because he can't beat
Yeah,
Clover.
no.
Because Clover is all about
Clover
being
just
lucky.
wins.
So Clover's not. He's
No,
not gonna hit him.
Clo-
Clover
Clover-
just wins that one.
Clover scales above the Aesops though.
That too.
Clover is the
like-
captain, and he's relative to Crow, and Crow is relative to Tyrion. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
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 But like,
So he loses to Clover, gets destroyed by Harry, because that's just a
Yeah,
horrible.
Harriet speed
Yeah.
blitzes him.
But
Vine won't let him
Vine-
get close to him.
I feel
Yeah,
like,
he probably can't, I don't think he can get close enough to Vine to do anything.
but
Then
he can
third person who I forget.
he
I
can
don't think
probably
he-
damage Vine. That's the
He can probably
You know,
damage Vine if he gets close to him.
Yeah, but he'd have to get close, which I don't know. I think John has
'Cause,
good
yeah,
enough
he's
battle
definitely
tactics to hurt Vine, but
yeah.
He's definitely not.
I
beating
can-
Elm.
I can
tell you
see
that
it.
much.
And then the thing is, Marrow has the like most broken semblance. Like he
Yeah.
can literally just tell you stop moving. You know.
like
He might
Yeah.
unironically beat Elm though. Like,
okay, yeah.
I don't know if
Elm
he
might-
beat Elm.
but here's the thing: Elm,
He actually like can compete with Elm because that match.
but he has the best. He has the he almost entirely counters Elm, because like
Oh, yeah,
her
fair
her
enough.
range projectile, his shield reflects that back thanks to the gravity dust. It
Mhm.
reflects the hammer swings, and John is durable.
Ah,
He
so
is
he's the
yeah.
perfect counter to Elm. Then.
like he is durable. That's the and he
Yeah,
can
but
also.
so is Elm. So I mean,
But John
I-
can
I
also heal
think Elm
himself.
will probably win that, but it's
A high diff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah,
so I would just keep John
I-
at top of Hunter tier.
that's fair.
He's getting gapped by everyone else.
That is true.
Yeah.
Every other Aesop.
Yeah. All right. Next is Nora. If we take into account Nora with the door feet, my guy,
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
and we cancel
probably
him
like
with the thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
Aesop.
Next is Ren, and
Did he really do anything?
not
I don't think so.
really, but he
didn't
was
do
he,
anything.
he was relative to Yang. So there's that.
Yeah.
Which like
So
but the
put him
thing
up
is
tier.
all these two are also relative to Yang, so
So I guess they just are near each
but
other.
I guess
and then
they're
there's-
relative
yeah.
relative to volume 7. But never mind. Let's okay, anyway. We're back. John got an indiscriminate amount of time. He performed better against Neocat than Weiss did,
That's not saying much.
but like that basic. Okay, but even so, should we scale these three first then?
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, do you think they went up a tier?
No.
No.
No. No, I think they say.
So what? You think here, or do you think they can beat Nora?
I don't think they're beating Nora.
I
I'm gonna be
feel
honest with you.
No.
Maybe Yang could, but that's about it.
okay, and then yeah, and then Volume 9 John's or Rusted Knight John scales to that Weiss. He actually did better than that Weiss, but that's contentious. I don't know. With Juniper, he's probably stronger, but you know.
Yeah.
And then
Lots
Ruby,
of-
who's
All right,
objectively probably the strongest of the
I'd put
It's-
Ruby and Salem Council member tier.
no, it is my juicy time. It
Oh
is
no.
juicy time.
Oh no, what have you
God.
summoned? What have you done?
Think about it though. Okay, so these four right here all
Uh-huh.
jumped the cat.
Uh-huh.
I've said this a million times and I'll say it a million and one.
God.
Where are you going with
They
this?
all jumped the cat. All of them. Actually, now that I think about it, we should probably buff everyone. I just realized that. Because, like,
Why?
okay, we have, like, Headmaster, right? Like,
Mhm.
Nora, Nora, Oscar, Ren, John, even. They all damaged. Actually, no, because that was a group effort.
Yeah, and
Though-
they had Winter
Yeah,
to set
That's
up the
true.
jump and a bunch of other.
that is
So,
true.
yeah.
It was very. Yeah.
And all they did was damage him.
They didn't, yeah. But, okay, but anyway, apart from that. Actually, do you think we should. I feel like bumping these four up. I feel like they got a notable amp in the Ever After. I don't know.
Yeah, they're definitely better than Nora from volume 7 or 8.
I feel so, yeah.
I think it's gonna take Beyond to actually like let us figure out if they
Where
actually got
Nora
stronger or not.
goes, yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
yeah, that.
And
'Cause
then,
realistically, we only have to. The only thing we have to really scale them against is Neo.
yeah.
And she's not
But
even in the
Neo's
tier
also
listing.
much stronger now. And
Yeah.
keep in mind, these guys before were at least somewhat relative to Cinder.
And
like,
Neo just,
Weiss in Volume 8 went one-on-one with Cinder and was able to stall her for a good amount of time. John did the same, and they
Blake got distracted as soon as Yang fell.
yeah, and Yang got one shot by Neo, so maybe we should, like, I don't know, bump her to fodder tier. Volume 8 Yang just gets scaled all the way down to early student. No, but I feel like bumping these, because they were competing with one of Salem's council members, but they were losing, right?
Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say probably top of Aesop, and that's about it. That's
Really?
probably as far as I'd put them.
Like I could see like you could make an argument for Salem.
Yeah, you could make an argument, but I
Yeah.
don't.
To be fair, this is just my headcanon, but I feel like until John states that he's stronger than Pyrrha, we won't know. If that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I
We're
feel
waiting
like
for confirmation.
I feel like eventually he's going to say, "I finally surpassed you." Like that seems like a very RWBY thing to
Yeah.
do, but I don't know.
It's gonna be yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really hard one to tier.
Yeah, because they got stronger. We know for a fact they get stronger
Yeah.
through each adventure, but it's hard to quantify how much. You know?
Yeah, because there's nothing consistent.
Yeah.
Really,
Until
other
something
than
is
Neo,
out,
who
until something is outright said, we're not gonna know.
Yeah. And then RWBY, I think she could take most headmasters in a fight.
Oh, probably.
These four,
she also like 100% wins those matchups. But yeah,
yeah.
Although Osmond would probably pull out some sneaky stuff and somehow pull out a win.
Yeah.
But any other headmaster, I'm pretty sure she wins that.
To be
Yeah.
honest, like, which is
Osmond's also probably maiden tier. Like
that
Fair
is
enough.
that is true, but like, RWBY, you know what? Get ready. This is gonna be a YouTube short. RWBY beat the Curious Cat. What did the Curious Cat do? The Curious Cat ran the hands with Yang, Blake, Weiss, and John all at the same time, and Juniper the Steed. Beat them all. Then RWBY comes out and goes, "Nah, you ain't doing that." Comes in, starts fighting the cat, and starts winning against the cat. And then Team RWBY goes, "Oh shoot!" Like Weiss goes, "Oh shoot! We can't let her sneak the dub. Otherwise, we'll feel useless." And then they all jump in. RWBY would have won that fight. She is significantly stronger than the rest of her team, and she might unironically be able to fight her entire team at the same time. And the fact that we're even putting that motion in means that, like, RWBY straight up, like, low diffs Yang.
Yeah.
Like, it
Like,
is.
he definitely scales to like Ironwood. Who's
Yang
the
would
one
be-
headmaster that? Oh my god.
Which one?
The one that betrayed Oz.
Oh, Leo.
Leo.
To be
Lionheart.
honest, though, Lionheart doesn't even,
Yeah,
like, he's not even that strong, bro.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even put him in there.
Unironically,
He
Yeah,
got confused by
ironically,
Oscar.
Yeah.
unironically, he's in Hunter tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for a later video.
fair enough.
Anyway, yeah, this is the, like, Team RWBY and Juniper power scaling.
Yeah.
Eventually, we're
Yeah.
gonna make a video which is every character, which,
Oh
That's
god.
gonna take quite a while.
you know what, that's for tomorrow, or whatever, whenever.
That's for whatever.
At that point, there's like most recent. I don't think we do all the volumes of.
No.
Yes, we do. We obviously do.
No, we
everyone.
just rank every character as we perceive them in Volume 9 or when we last saw them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks
Yeah.
because that means, like, Sun is, like, characters like Sun and Aelia are not going to be that strong because, you know,
We
Yeah, they
just
get-
never saw them
yeah.
again.
yeah.
Although we may see Sun in Volume 9 Beyond.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, yeah, enough of us rambling about the future. This is the end of the tier list. Guys, I have a main channel, by the way. I'm plugging it. I don't know. I see 70 subscribers on my side channel, and I'm like, damn, that's cool. Maybe the ones on my main went up. No. So I don't know if I just don't plug it well enough, or, like, you guys don't care. Either way, yeah. This is my second channel. That's my first channel. Anyway, enough. Goodbye.